In this video, we're going to completely finish this Maserati 100%. You're going to see exactly what it looks like. We're diving right in on reinstalling our painted trim pieces. Originally, I ordered the cheap vinyl decals to put over all this trim, and then I decided, why waste the money on the vinyl decals when we can literally just paint it? So that's exactly what we did. Is we took the time, removed all the chrome trim around the windows, the door pieces, everything, and we painted every single piece. We even went as far as to do all of the vents on the fenders, removing every single one and prepping every single one by hand, and then painting all 6 fender vents. All right, so for our front chin spoiler, it was too low, so we need to space that down. So we're gonna use these chin spoiler support rods that you can get off Amazon and eBay. Now the thing about these is you can get them in all different colors with this sleeve, with this tube. But with this, when you turn this, it should be like a turnbuckle style setup, and it should, you know, expand, but it don't. The reason why it doesn't is because this is what this actually looks like. So when we take this thing apart, all it has is this tube over top of it that is different colors. So when you order one a certain color, you're just ordering this tube. Now, if this tube is on there, you can't turn this thing worth of crap to get it to expand. It will expand, but then when you do expand it, this is what happens. Okay, these are super cheap, but they're very useful, so don't sleep on them. I'm gonna show you something. So then they're open like this, where they won't look good. So what it's supposed to be on the inside, when you completely take these apart and take the tube off, is this is what it's supposed to be. Now this is a true turnbuckle. So when we sit here and we turn this rod like this, the spacing right there, as you can see, all right, it opens up. Meaning that it's super simple now to make adjustments on the front splitter and lower the splitter down. Now to install these, it's pretty simple, but we don't want to do anything that can't be reversible. So we're gonna drill a hole in the splitter and we're gonna install it down there. But if we sell this car and somebody doesn't like this, we don't want to damage the car. So what we've done is drilled a hole, as you can see, under the bumper grill piece. That way it's not seen. Now we're just going to install our emblem back on here. It takes a little bit of emblem glue, and then it's going to take a nut on the inside of the bumper. Now I wish I would have done this when the bumper was off, but I actually didn't have emblem glue at the house, and I was too lazy to go buy some emblem glue. So now we're going to do what we all do as car guys, and we're going to fight with getting our hands in here behind this bumper and tightening this piece down. Now I'm not going to lie to you. Here in North Carolina, it's been like 90 some degrees. Heat index 100 and something outside. And we're going to wash this car in the air conditioner inside the house. Now it's not going to hurt nothing at all because everything is just flowing right out the garage as we rinse it down. And the 4-post lift, it's powder coated all the way around. It's not going to hurt nothing. Them bolts that are in the floor for them 4-post lift also, they're not going to hurt nothing. At the end of the day, there's nothing on my floors that can be damaged from washing a car inside the house. Now I do have a air conditioner system in this garage that has a dry feature. So after we are done washing this car, we are going to turn the drying feature on, which will pull all the condensation and the humidity out of the air. Now honestly, all we have left at this point is a little bit of touching up with the buffer. Basically, we just need to clean this thing, vacuum this thing out, wipe the interior down, buff a little bit out that we missed, and then this thing is ready to become a next vehicle for sale and to complete the journey of this rebuild. Now this build series was definitely unique. We've rebuilt a lot on this channel, as anyone knows that has followed along. But this one never picked up the traction. I have my beliefs on why. I know it has a lot to do with the YouTube algorithm and how a lot of people just think they can't relate to Maserati. A lot of people think they can't afford them, and a lot of people think that, you know, it's just not achievable, and that's just simply not true. Truth is that we're all in this Maserati on the purchase about $9,000, and it only took about $2,000 to repair. So I'm in this Maserati around $11,000. Now I'm putting this thing for sale for $16,000 due to all the stuff that we've done to it. Salvage does bring it down some, but I build and resell 100 salvages a year, and I've learned that there is a thing called street value and supply and demand. It doesn't matter what a piece of paper says a car is worth. At the end of the day, all it matters is what somebody's willing to pay for it. So with the cosmetic and appearance changes that we've done to this car, along with the service, I believe that this car is worth clean title value or a little above. Now we'll see what we end up selling this one for and getting for it, but that's the starting point. Clean title value is $15,000 on this car, so asking is $16,000, hoping we can come down into the 14, 15 range. Now, we're going to continue rebuilding cars. I don't think we're going to do another Maserati right now. Our next build I'm pretty excited to start, but this one has been enjoyable for me, so I definitely did not hate this build, and I definitely enjoyed this process. Before we say goodbye to this, me and Harper spent the Saturday driving this thing into town. We went to Home Depot, did a little bit of building.
Daddy.
Yeah?
Why do you call a bear that's hungry?
A bear that's hungry? I don't know. What do you call it?
A bear hungry.
A bear hungry? That don't make sense. Quick stop to get the haircut, and then we're off to the shop to take the official for sale pictures. The walk around videos, the money shots, the pictures that are hopefully going to make us money. Now on this, I'm not really in this to make money on this car. It's more for bringing y'all content. So even if I break even on this car, I'm perfectly happy, because I met some of y'all new viewers, and I greatly appreciate your new subscribers. And we learned some on this car, and we had a good time doing it while we did do it. So I hope you liked this build, and I hope you're here to stay if you're new. We're going to continue doing these builds, and we're going to keep working our way up. If you have a car that you think we should build, let me know in the comment sections. I already have a new car purchase that's going to be coming out very soon on the channel, and we're going to start building that, and I'm very excited to jump right into it. As a small thank you for all the work that we put into doing these videos, if you can, just please hit the like button for me, and if you want to stick around, hit the subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated also.